From what I've seen, I'm really happy with the reactions. I would like to see more. I want people to really wrap their heads around what we're making. The inception came out of the idea of first looking at the market, trying to do something completely different, step away as best we could, but also play our strengths, which happen to be in the FPS and really multiplayer. So we started with the idea. The second phase of the idea would have been taking a good look at what's the survivability like in an FPS or a multiplayer match, and trying to up that a little bit, give something to the players that lets them survive a little longer. So we came up with this idea of a second shell. And we first started the Titans, they were human size. They're more like a giant suit, like a power suit. And then after seeing some design discussions happening over months, years, like the span of the beginning, we ended up started to talk about these 20-footers and being able to take cover on buildings and cars and do crazy stuff with them. So it all started there, and it's completely exploded from that point over the last year and a half, 2 years. There was a phase that we went through where we were really trying to wrap our heads around what would work in the game space. And we came up with 20 feet because it enabled us to build a reasonably sized level and a single player level within that. So a human-sized version within a large multiplayer environment that supports these Titans. And the third part of that would have been really working on making sure the environment supports the interaction between the pilots and the Titans. So being able to ambush them, have a Titan walk into an area and run the risk of getting hopped on by a pilot who are super agile characters. One of the challenges of doing a 20-foot tall walking Titan is you don't want to do them the same old way. So we looked at stuff like District 9 and some other stuff and wanted to go after the type of Titan that would operate like you'd want it to. Like you hop inside it and you're not hindered by it, you're emboldened by it. So you get in there and you feel powerful. When in the game where you're running around in the single player environment, which is multiplayer campaign mode that I'll get into, but we have these AI in the environment that aren't controlled by real people, and they respond to the Titan as if it's, they're afraid of it, or if you're with a group of friendlies, they'll support you, and then they'll get excited when you're near them. Titanfall's focus is multiplayer, but we're doing this new thing we like to call it multiplayer campaign. And what that means is we had a lot of really great designers that were just insane at doing these single player moments. And we tried to think of ways to integrate them and combine, inject that into a multiplayer scape. So, moments, like in the demo you'll see downstairs, you don't just appear in a multiplayer in our environment. You ride in a dropship, you deploy, and at the end of the match, you have to escape in a dropship. If you're on the other team, it's your deal, it's your objective to stop people from escaping. So it's a new twist. We started with Source Engine as a base, and we heavily modified it to do what we wanted to do. But it's been a great base, and the reason we chose it originally was because our designers could go in and really start day one, get in there and start designing stuff, experimenting. And this game is really the result of hours and days, months of experimenting, balancing. When you have two scales like the Titan versus a pilot, and a third thing happening, which is AI, we have had to go through so many different revs and trying to balance things to feel just right. I mean, sky's the limit. That's why we started Respawn, and I think we're really out to try something completely new with the multiplayer campaign mode, but as well support the sports side of it as well. But we want it to blow up, and we want people to, when they step into it, to feel unhindered, emboldened by it, just have like the best time of their lives playing it. Yeah, we're a fairly we're not a small team, but we're not a huge team. So we're just pressing like 70 core dev, and we want to deliver 60 FPS, low latency, all that stuff. We're really good at multiplayer campaign mode, really good multiplayer, and quality is we have a really high quality bar. So we focused on the Xbox One, 360, and PC because that's where we knew we could develop the best experience, and we stayed within that. I think what I love about the cloud and the dedicated servers that it gives us is the fact that when you're a short time ago, when you're playing a multiplayer game and you had a party of friends, you had to make sure that the party leader had an open NAT, and that was kind of a hassle. Now with the cloud, the power of the cloud, and dedicated servers, you can hop in there and get going with your parties. The second thing the cloud's been doing for us is helping us calculate that single player alive world that happens in the game. Physics, AI, moments, like all that single player stuff that we want to get in there. It's really helping us along. And then third, I don't know if we would have tried to do this type of a game had it not been for the cloud. It really inspired us to try something new. I really hope you guys enjoy it. We've worked very hard on it, and the rest is up to you.